that our forefathers must have disobeyed. So we're going to go into this lesson. Let's turn to 2 Peter 1 and 20. And another thing, we only deal with one particular Bible only, the King James Version. This is the only Bible that closely correlates with the Hebrew Scrolls. No other Bible. No international version, the book of Gideon's, none of those. This particular book. Everybody got it? I read that.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
So let's let you know right now. What we getting ready to go into, we ain't getting ready to do no closing the book up and then philosophizing and coming to our own conclusion. This book is of no private interpretation. This book for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spoke as they were moved by the Holy Spirit, which we call the Holy Ghost. And we're getting ready to go to Isaiah 34 and 16 right quick. Who's that, brother Lamont?
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Most High and read. No fail. None shall want her mate, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Now you hear what he's saying? You hear what Isaiah is saying? He's saying, seek ye out of the book and read. A lot of our brothers and sisters don't read out this book. Everything that has been given to them has been given to them by the precept of men. Like your modern day churches, which they go to, they don't have a clue what's going on. Many of them don't even go into the book. They only know a few scriptures and that's it. But we, as the children of Israel, we stay in our book. And when he said, none shall mate her, that means can't no other book join marriage with this book. And to prove that point, let's go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 right quick. This is the precept that's going to link into that.
Ecclesiastes what?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 12.
Alright, thank you.
Without a biz out. I want you to read that.
We're in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 12.
Hold on, brother. Let's wait till they get it right quick.
Children in the future tense. Another category is what we have is called wisdom scriptures. So Proverbs, Psalms, things like that, of how to live day-to-day life and how you operate with your brothers and sisters. The good thing about the Old Testament, what I like, is that all these things are interchangeable with each other. So, for example, the covenant that Moses established also has prophecy in it, and also how to deal with your brothers and sisters. Isaiah, the same way. It's mainly a prophecy book, but it also has history in it. So these are very interchangeable. So that's pretty much the Old Testament and, what it consists of. The New Testament, as we all know, is when Christ, after Christ died actually, because he was still dealing in the Old Testament when he was on this earth, is what we call the doing away with the judgment laws and the sacrificial laws. Because he was our sacrifice, and he threw away with the death penalty by him dying for the sins of the children of Israel. And so also this New Testament consists of letters that Paul wrote to the church concerning how to deal in faith, also with observing the law. So that's pretty much a synopsis of, what we can, I guess, go into the meat of it. but pretty much an overview of how you classify an old covenant and a new covenant. They're just strictly covenants or contracts. And we know that the New Testament contract is still not fulfilled yet. It was established by Christ, but it's not fulfilled. So, let's go into it.
Yeah, we're about to go into this lesson. First and foremost, to reiterate on what Brother Lamar was saying, is that first and foremost, this book it talks about a particular people, 12 tribes throughout from the beginning to the end. Israel. Read, brother.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Now you hear that? Simple. That's why it tells you in Isaiah 34:16, none shall make with her. So he's telling you to be admonished of making of many books. Your Quran, your Egyptian Book of the Dead. We don't need none of those books. The New International Version, none of that. This book right here. This one right here. So that's letting you know right there. Now we're getting ready to go into 2 Corinthians, Deuteronomy 29:1. Now we're going to learn about who we are. We're going to learn about this covenant that the Most High gave Moses to give to us.
Before we go there, because for the viewers out there, they might think, we just skipping through the Bible and probably start reading scriptures. Why don't we show them pretty much how we link scriptures in and how we read the Bible? Precepts, basically.
Okay. So what we're going to do first and foremost, we're going to go to Isaiah 28:9. And this is to give you a clear understanding of how the Bible is read through precept. Read that, Brother Lamar.
Isaiah 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Now, do you understand what that means? If not, I'm going to explain it to you. You said, whom shall he teach knowledge? Whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
He's saying, whom shall he get his knowledge to? Whom shall he make to understand his doctrine? First and foremost, you have to be spiritually in tune with what's going on. That's the first thing. Secondly, when he says, we're going to go to this one right where it says, them that are weaned from the milk, like a newborn baby. You have to strip yourself of everything you've been taught in this world. Because everything you've been taught has been a lie. It's been against you. It wasn't the truth. So you got to reboot that hard drive and start all the way over. Finish reading, brother.
Verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people.
So that means the book needs to be read. It has to be read law upon law, verse upon verse. Here a little and there a little. You're going to find a precept in the Old Testament. You're going to find the precept in the New Testament. It's going to link up. It's like a mystery that's going to be unfolded to you. And he said, for with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. That means King James had to have this book translated so that we can get an understanding of it. Okay, let's go to Psalms 119 and 104.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. So as we can see here, this is how we're supposed to get understanding of the scriptures. It's through the precepts. So that's every other way is false. If you read it front to back, I mean, it's good information, but you're not going to get understanding. And that's the key point.
So that means you can't read the book like a novel. The only way you're going to get it, you have to link up with the precept. Yeah. All right, brothers and sisters, we're going to go to, we're going back to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 29, verse 1.
What was that verse again, please?
Verse 1.
Deuteronomy 29, verse 1. You rode your bike here. You rode your bike here.
You rode it like
Almost.
Russell Park.
What?
It was fun.
The other
I ain't
spot
really
went
hit
to.
it.
Oh, yeah,
Russell Park, what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's kind of like it.
I went over there too. And I found him over there. I found him back and I'm going over there.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Man, we ain't
Spirit.
got to over there.
Shalom, sister. How you doing? Shalom. The book of Deuteronomy. Oh, you want to read it?
Yeah.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1. These are the words of the covenant, which the Most High commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
Hold on for a second. Now we need to get a clear understanding. Now the children of Israel are getting ready to go into a covenant. We're getting ready to go into a covenant. Finish reading, bro.
And Moses called unto all Israel, and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land.
Skip down to 29 right quick. Oh yeah, 22. 22. Read 9.
And that the whole land there, so Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 22. So that the generations to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land shall say, when they see the plagues of that land, and the sickness which the Lord have laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor buried, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew his anger and his wrath.
Skip down to 26 right quick.
For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them.
Now you hear this? Now this is Judah. These are the Israelites. Same thing they did right there. They doing right today. You heard what he said? Read that again, bro.
For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them.
Now you see? There it go. Finish reading 27.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, to bring up upon it all the curses that are written in this book.
We're finna get into the curses. Get ready to get into the curses. Verse 28.
Verse 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger, and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day.
Now this is Israel going into all these different lands.
So we see right here that when they made the covenant, with the children of Israel, there were certain do's and don'ts that came with it. And, you know, this was a contract that was written down. So, as any contract, you will have certain stipulations, you know, certain things that you will have to uphold, and the other party will have to uphold. We know that the Most High is always going to uphold his end. And so, you know, they agreed to this. The children of Israel agreed to this. Like, yeah, you know, we served captivity, we came out, you know, we do want to be blessed. So, let's go to Deuteronomy 28:1, and pretty much showing, you know, what the Most High was telling Moses to tell the children of Israel.
Read that now.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee high above all nations of the earth.
So we see right here that he made an agreement with him. He said, you know, if you do what I ask you to do, I will as above all the nations of the earth. So this is a particular people that will be above all other people. You know, and today we might call that racist. Everybody's equal. You know, but right here we're seeing that this is one people set above another people if they did what he said. If they didn't do what he said, let's go to the 15th verse. 28 and 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So these are the curses that were set upon them if they didn't do what the Most High commanded them to do from day one. Let's take a look at some of these curses and see if we can link this to a certain people, because these curses are going to be on the generations forever. And let's prove that. Let's go to the 46th verse. Let's start at 45. Yeah. Deuteronomy 28:45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
So these are the curses that's going to overtake you and destroy you. Go one more verse down.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Stop right there. It says upon thy seed forever. So that means that a forever curse will be upon you if you do not do these commandments. Forever. Your seed. That means your descendants. So not only did he tell them that, he also told them that your children were going to be cursed. Let's see what people in the earth, because it says forever, we're still here, we're still living. Let's see what some of these curses are that's supposed to be upon these particular people in this earth. Go to the 37th verse.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. A byword. So, by means two. So, it's a second word that you're going to be called other than what you were originally called. The first word you were called, which was Israel. It says you're going to be called a byword. Something that people don't call you. Nigger. Coon.
These are your bywords. These are your bywords. American black, Puerto Rican, Cubans, Dominicans. These are all the names we're going to be called. Wetbacks, spits, nigger, porch monkey.
Black. Black is a color.
An astonishment. Man, just look at her. Man, look at all that color in her head. Wow. Look at his pants. Man, he got his pants hanging off his butt.
So this is forever, an astonishment. No matter where we go, these curses will always follow the children of Israel. That's what the Most High told Moses. Go to the 43rd verse.
The stranger that is within thee shall get above, shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
See that? It says the stranger that is with thee, because believe it or not, when they came out of the wilderness, there were other people along with the children of Israel, the strangers. It says they're going to get above thee, and you will become very low. We just read a few verses earlier that they were supposed to be set above the nation. So that this curse is coming upon us. Now the strangers that are with them, they're going to become over them now.
Those
set above them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Those are the Gentiles, right?
Correct.
And
Those are the strangers.
And here's a battle. Okay, let's deal with it right now. What's primarily in our communities? Now these are strangers that come from other countries. They come and they set up their shops and their tents. Now they over you. Now you can go, you can't get what they're getting ready to get because it's harder for you. The Chinese come in, they open up their restaurants. This is a stranger that's set up over you. Your Arabs, they own the gas stations. Your little Indonesians, they own all the Dunkin' Donuts. Your Asians, these are the nail shops. These are the people that set up above us. You understand what?
Got your hair from? They own all that.
They own all of that.
So that's what that's saying. A stranger.
That's a stranger that said,
yeah.
Yes.
Shall he set get above all the very high.
Exactly.
That's right. Hey, let's go to 47 right quick. Read that now.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Now stop right there. Because thou servest not the Most High thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart. So what do our people do when they're in church on Sunday? They in there getting they man. Who is that they serving in there with joyfulness and gladness? Who is that in there? They giving it away. Because they don't know our Creator, so we're not giving it to him, so he's jealous. Now we're going to begin to kindle a fire in his heart. It's coming. Oh, it's getting ready to come. What's getting ready to happen to us? This is just only the beginning. See, we can go in these modern day churches, you're going to hear them in there, the tambourine, and clapping, and stomping, and everything. They doing that with the gladness of heart. But we're going to hearken unto him. Why? Because we serve many gods. So many different gods. We're going to go into it. Finish reading, Island. 48. Now watch this here. Let's hit it.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Stop right there. What do we mean by that? Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
Okay, don't we go to the government for everything?
Yes, sir.
Huh? We go to them for everything. Huh? Do we own any of the food chains? Do we own any of the Jewels, Dominic's? Do we own Sears, Roebuck and Company? Huh? Bloomingdale's? We don't own nothing. But he said he will put us high above all these nations if we hearken unto him and paid attention and obeyed the law, statutes, and commandments that he had given us. Our people are everywhere. We're everywhere. Finish reading, Nine.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Pause right there. Pause right there. He said a yoke of iron. Who is the only people that went into captivity? Now this is going to be real clean. This is going to be real clear. We're going to get a clear understanding of what's going on. We all saw the movie Roots, right? Who are them people? Those were not Africans. So don't get that twisted. They lied. Those were primarily Benjamites, Levites, and Judah on them ships. He said he's going to put a yoke of iron around his neck. Around our neck. And we're the only people, our forefathers are the only people that went into captivity, into slavery. Finish reading, Nani.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Now, there's a key word, destroy, right? What's that key word, destroy? That means you ain't going to know who you are. You ain't going to know your nationality. You ain't going to know nothing. Go to Jeremiah 17:4. This is that precept. We're going to link into that right there. Till he have destroyed thee. That means you ain't gonna know nothing. (17 and 4). Read.
Jeremiah 17.
Everybody there?
4.
Yeah. Read.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage
See
that
that?
I gave thee.
Key word. We're gonna discontinue from our heritage. We ain't gonna know who we are no more. We're gonna, like a pair of Nikes. Our forefathers knew who they were back then, but leading to now, the saints are worn out. Started off with Nike, it's been worn down so bad now, you don't know what it is now. Our people don't know who they are. You ask the average so-called Negro, African American, what's his nationality, who he is, he can't tell you. He cannot tell you. Why? Because they ain't teaching us who we are. They're not going to teach you who you are. I think it's very important for us to know who we are in order to get where we're going. So we have to come back to our Creator. The system has lied. It has lied. It has lied. All right, we're getting ready to go back to, okay, finish reading, brother.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Here we go now. Key word again. He going to have us serve our enemies in the land that we know is not.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
There you go, right there. What land is this? This is not our homeland. This is not it. America is not our homeland. Because if I ask our brother, sister, because when they call themselves an African American, if I ask you who named Africa, they couldn't tell you. And if I ask you who named America, they couldn't tell you. And we don't come up out of neither one of those lineages. He just said in Jeremiah, even thou should discontinue from your heritage. That means you ain't going to know who you are. You ain't going to know. Hosea 4 and 6 say, my people is destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, he's going to reject us. And our generation, our kids too. Look at them. Go down 79th Street. Destroyed. Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue what's going on. Spirits everywhere. They everywhere. They are everywhere. We getting ready to go to what, bro?
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Yes, sir. Read it, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Hold it right there. What he's saying. Thy sons and thy daughters will be given unto another people. Who was that other people? We saw the movie Roots, right? Didn't Kizzy's daughter get taken off? Huh? Who all saw the movie Roots? Now we talking about slavery now. Finish reading.
And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Now here you go. Our eyes gonna fail. We're gonna be wishing that they can come back, man. Where is she? Where is she? Where is he? Disobedience. Keep reading, brother.
And there shall be no might in thy hand. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And thou shalt be always oppressed and crushed always.
There you go. Aren't we always oppressed and crushed? Last high, first fight. We can never get above without being knocked down. Man, listen, let me tell you something about this Creator. He's powerful. You saw what he did to Egypt. You saw what he did to Sodom, right? You know what he's getting ready to do to this place here, right?
Babylon.
Huh?
Babylon.
Hey, she's getting ready to get it. Barack Obama was put in office for a reason. He was not voted in, brothers and sisters. If you think you went to that poll and voted, you were compromised. You were compromised. It was to take a tally of what we call a census. That's what your vote is. It's a census to keep track of people. He was appointed in office. Not your vote didn't count. He has to finish the agenda. He's going to finish the agenda. We're going to get back on topic because we ain't going to get off. That's another one. Go to 36.
Deuteronomy 28 and 36. The Most High shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone.
Hold it right there. Read that last part again.
It says, and to a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
Okay, what's other gods? Because we're gonna link up to it. Because we're gonna go straight into Deuteronomy 28:64. What he's talking about these other gods. Now, what are these other gods? Let's get into them. We got Jehovah. We got Christianity. We got Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism. Keeps going on and on. Masonry, Scientology. It keeps going on and on. Go to Deuteronomy 28:64. Let's link in right quick. Let's find out.
Deuteronomy,
these other gods.
Chapter 28, verse 64. It says, and the Most High shall scatter thee among all people.
Okay, freeze right there. He says scatter thee. So when we went into captivity, right, we're going to be spread throughout the four corners of the earth. Right? Brazil, we're going to Cuba, Jamaica, North America. Our people are here. We're everywhere. We're going to be scattered everywhere. Finish reading, brother.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Now hold on, right there. Now our brothers and sisters didn't know nothing about no gods until we came to these places. Now what I'm getting ready to say is getting ready to make a lot of sense. He who haven't heard, let him hear. We ain't know nothing about no Jesus. We ain't know nothing about no Allah. We ain't know nothing about no Buddha. We ain't know nothing about no 7-day Adventists. None of these. We knew about one God because he gave us law, statutes, and commandments. But disobedience caused these things to happen. Finish reading, brother. He said, neither wood, keep going.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Okay, now what's your wood and what's your stone?
The Kaaba.
Wood is your crucifix. That's your modern day Christianity. All these different wooden idols. Now what's your stone? That's your Kaaba stone. That's the Kaaba stone of Mecca. This book is powerful. This is our history book, brothers and sisters. This is a history book. You're getting a history lesson. This is a history book. He's telling us what we're getting ready to do because of our disobedience. Go to Deuteronomy 28:68. Let's find out now what's going to happen because of disobedience. This is the God that they gave us right here. That's your modern day, this is your Jesus Christ. This image was put up everywhere in our house. Our grandmamas, everybody had this image in there. Now check Issachar out. This is your Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans. They are all worshiping this here. You can't tell them about Caesar Borgia. They got the tattoos all on them. Their grandmothers got this image up. They all love this image right here. You can't tell them nothing about this. Saint Maria, they burning candles. They doing everything. That's an abomination. He said don't do it. But because of our disobedience, we getting ready to be in trouble. Keep reading. 68.
Let's go into where it prophesied that they were actually going to put this image up in the 14th century.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go into the part of the wisdom of Solomon.
Because this is actually prophesied almost about 1,000 years before they actually did it. They put this image up in the 1400s, and this is the first time that this image ever appeared of somebody. First of all, you're not even supposed to be putting in the 10 Commandments. It says you're not supposed to put nobody up that's in the heaven above. So that was wrong in the first place. But let's go into this prophecy. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. We're going to start at the 8th verse.
Brothers and sisters, your Apocrypha.
The Apocrypha is 14 books that was taken out of the original King James Version Bible. In 1928, the Protestants took it out.
That's right. Along with your Roman Catholic Church. They took these books out of the King James Bible.
Yeah, verse 8. We're going to start at verse 8.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 8. But that which is made with hands is cursed, as well it as he that made it. He because he made it, and it because being corruptible it was called God. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God.
Right, so that which is made with hands is cursed. That was made with a man's hands. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, whoever drew it.
It was Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci painted this picture of Caesar Borgia. They were intimate. They were lovers. He was the second son of Rodriguez Borgia, the sixth Pope of Rome. This guy right here. He's entitled in the book, Tip Type of Poisoners, a book by Sarah Bradford. He was a poisoner. He killed his own brother Giovanni and killed her brother's husband because he wanted to have sex with her. This is in that book. You can get it for yourself and read it. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 10. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation. Because in the creature of God they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Now, stop right there. A stumbling block. What does that mean? I'm getting ready to hit it. What you think it means, a stumbling block and a snare to the souls of men? What you think it means?
Like smiting them.
No, I'm going to tell you what it means.
The snare.
Way of salvation.
When it's in blocking you from knowing who your creator is. Because they gave you this. It's a stumbling block. It's keeping you away from your creator. He said what was going to happen to us. He said there you should serve us in Deuteronomy 28:64. He said, you won't go into a land that our forefathers know not of, where we're going to serve many gods, even wood and stone. Now, you got to remember now, in Ephesians 6:12, we battle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness. This is the spiritual wickedness of Satan. He's running rampant right now. He set all of this up. Why? Because it says right here, and no marvel, this is 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself has transformed himself into an angel of light. I've been wrong. Behind all these Christian pagans, this image right here, you see the light behind his head. Old Lucifer, son of the morning.
Oh, is that what that means?
That's what that represents, the light bearer. That's the reason why you see this light. Listen, you see the light behind every image. There's the light. There's the light. So in Masonry, they tell you, because they worship Jabulan, Satan himself, they say come into the light. This is when you're getting ready to ride the goat. You understand what I mean? This marvel, for it is no marvel, no marvel, for Satan himself has transformed himself into an angel of light. Our brothers and sisters are going to be worshiping this image unknowingly. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to be given this image to worship.
And it's right in your face.
And it's right in your face.
Wow.
That's him in them Sunday churches.
And think about this last part of this verse. It say, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. What is a snare?
Bear trap.
A snare is a trap.
And she ain't trying to hit nothing.
Verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life.
Spiritual fornication, what he was talking about. The spiritual fornication.